Were you really feeling lovey with her, or did you have to get pushed there?
No, I mean, I was myself, and I don't act in a way that like isn't me. I respect what she says and like how she remembers it. I remember it being a really enjoyable day, but to her point, all filming days were a lot of effort, a lot of, like time and energy, and like that on top of everything else that you're navigating, not only about your relationship, but like your normal life, like your job and all of that. Like, it's an exhausting process.
It is a tough process. There's a lot going on, and I don't think anybody in the world is prepared to, when you get dropped in there, it kind of overwhelms you. But it is also, they're there to document this thing you're going through. You claim that Austin was very different off camera. What do you mean by that?
I mean, on camera, there was a lot of talk about how we would progress intimacy, and off camera, it didn't match. And it started to get to a point where I started to see that I was kind of living in a fantasy.
I feel like it almost started to break you a little bit.
I started to be honest on camera and talk about the fights that we were having and the issues that we were having, instead of just pretending like things were normal, because that's what you wanted to do, was pretend that things were normal on camera.
No, I didn't want to pretend things were normal. I just wanted us to have like a conversation, and then like if we, at any time you're like, I want to talk about this on camera, I was like, okay, we'll do it.
I wouldn't say it was that easy.
As you started to see those problems creep up, what's going on with you, and what is the reason that, it seemed like you avoided intimacy with your wife?
It wasn't that I was like avoiding intimacy. Obviously, the sexual connection like wasn't happening at the same like rate for her as it was for me, and like
But it never happened.
Yeah, I mean.
So it was no rate. It never happened.
Right. So, there was a point where we acknowledged that it was an issue. I wanted to like work on it, but adding pressure and anxiety to something that like is supposed to be comforting and like vulnerable, like it's hard to get into that state.
It wasn't just sexual intercourse. Like, I was looking for intimacy in many other ways. I heard at after party that you said that there's a 6-month rule when it comes to sex.
Let me ask you this. What has normally been your timeline between